Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-October 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. What do we got, my guides? I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. See what's going on with Scorpio gang, my guides and spirit team. What do you got for us here in mid-October? And it is almost Scorpio season. You know I love it. And I'm sure you do too. It's almost birthday time for you guys, all right? Let's get it going here. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio. Please, what is happening? What is going on? What's the vibe? There we go. Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, so really paying attention to what it is you're connecting to energetically, which some of us might be more adept at it than others, but all Scorpios, I do believe, have this this ability, this gift. And when we see this card, it does represent who and what we are attaching our energetic cords to. Okay, now it could mean a couple other things. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this individual, this man, standing in a room, and there's a lady that looks like she's coming out of a mirror. So for some Scorpios, it could be several small different messages. For some of you, this could represent situations involving distance. Maybe there is a distance between you and another person, a separation of some sort. Now, I don't only base these readings just on love alone. So when I see this, to me, it does speak about the invisible energetic cords that we share with others. And it's my personal belief that whether it's a friendship, a family member, a romance, you name it, we do form these energetic bonds with people where there's an energetic exchange, where we're giving energy, they're giving energy. So when I see this at the front end of the reading, take it however you will for whatever your situation is. Spirit might just want you to really assess who and what you are attached to energetically, whether you're giving or receiving that energy. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that for now. Again, we could be talking partnerships. There's a lot of other ways we could go with this card, but I really think at a baseline, it's about that energetic connection. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up here. What do you got for Scorpio gang? What do you got for us? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I was loving the energy I picked up last week. Reading was titled Big Win Incoming, so I hope you had one. Now, I always say that wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it is via relationships, whether it is monetary or business-wise. It felt like there was a nice energy coming in, and that could bleed over for a couple weeks, so I'm hoping you get one. But let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang. What do you got for us here, mid-October, as we are getting very, very close to Scorpio season? What is happening? Thank you. All right, 8 of Cups. Okay. Kind of wasn't expecting that one, but I'll take it. I mean, it's on the move. There's some action here. I feel like I saw this in one of the Earth sign readings this week. Could have been Virgo, possibly. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more here. 5 of Swords. All right, this aggressive, very aggressive energy here in the center. Okay, we're definitely going to have to decode this. Let's get one more. 4 of Wands. Okay, that's better. Okay, so for a lot of Scorpios out there, your path might be a little up and down, okay? Or there's something that could either turn out really, really good or one that could be rough. I'm feeling a crossroads type of energy here, because especially if you look at how the picture shows, it's like this person's walking off. We got 2 options. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. At first look, first glance, and I know I was starting to talk about it already because the spread is making me feel a lot of things, so there's an intensity here. Elementally, we're pretty even. Now, there is a lot of internal energy. We got water, the cups, which we are very comfortable with as Scorpios. In the center, we do have air, the swords, which is the mindset. So it's kind of like we have the heart, we have the mind. We also have some fire on the back end mixing with this air. Now, fire and air, that could be a little volatile, a little explosive, but this is also one of the cards I connect to the universe, and I'll explain that a little further when we get there. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because whether this is different situations or just all one story, there's an intensity to it. Position number one, we have the Eight of Cups. Now, I see this as a neutral card. A lot of readers, and I guess the most simplistic term for this would be walking away from something. So for some Scorpios out there, that might be the case. There might be a situation, an individual that either you're wanting to pull your energy back from, or you're in the process of doing when this card is here. Now, I don't always say this is walking away, because remember, this Eight of Cups is walking towards the Nine of Cups. It's moving to bigger, better things. It's expanding. Okay, it's not stagnating. So that's a good thing when this card shows up. It doesn't mean you're abandoned, or it doesn't mean you're abandoning something. Now, of course, it could mean that, but it doesn't mean that's definitely the case. It's just energy that's on the move. There's some action here. Okay, so for a lot of Scorpios, I mean, don't let anything stagnate in this time. You might need to put your effort into things. But again, for some of you, it could be simple. You might just be getting fed up with something, or just walking away from it, especially with the Five of Swords right next to it, because this is a very aggressive energy that we need to watch out for. Okay, I mean, same could go for cross watchers too. We see this individual, and I always take this one as a warning whenever I see it. A person looks quite mean. They look quite angry. So when I see it, it is somebody, they're in their feelings. It's aggressive, and you see that person, they have all the swords. They just won that battle. They just won that fight. Now, there are good aspects to this card as well. The positives of the Five of Swords is a lot of Scorpios, maybe you're just in a self-focus right now, where you're going to do what's right by yourself. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Self-love, self-care, making sure you're okay, because once we're okay, then we can serve others, right? Like, you can't pour from a broken cup. That's the positive of this card. But there's a lot of challenges that connect to this too, because again, it could be angry, it could be bitter, it could be holding a grudge. Like, this could really represent individuals, if you have experience with narcissistic individuals. And it could be fighting, right? Like, that's not the nicest card. So I guess it depends on what your story is. Like, if a lot of Scorpios in this time, you're doing what you got to do for yourself, and you're getting yourself right for whatever reason, this is a good thing. Okay, like, nothing wrong about caring about yourself and for yourself. The only problem is if this is somebody's reaction, or if somebody's acting aggressive, because this could be a very cold hearted individual I'm picking up in the center. So I would say, regardless, keep your eyes open in this time. And listen, Scorpio gang, I know the deal. Not much gets by a Scorpio, so I would just keep your head on a swivel, right? Like, if there's anyone that's giving you like an odd feeling, just keep an eye. But when we get to the back end, we have the Four of Wands, very positive. So this is where the energy completely changes. The Four of Wands is the 1111 card. For a lot of Scorpios in this time, you might be seeing number signs, synchronicities, big omens from spirit when this shows up. So whether they're coming via dream or sign, or those synchronicities, this is the universe's way of helping to direct you on your path. This is really good. But aside from that, the Four of Wands to me is security. It could represent living situations. It could represent the family. But most of all, it's celebratory. It's happy. The complete opposite of what we have here in the center. And that's why I'm saying, I feel for some of you, you might be at some sort of crossroads or make or break point. When we have the Eight of Cups, it's like, all right, am I going to walk this path, or am I going to walk that one? Okay, so we're just going to have to see. I mean, just like every Scorpio reading I've ever done, this one is filled with complexities and nuance, and I love every damn second of it. So I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's see what's happening with Scorpio, please. What is going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio gang, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, cards want to talk. What's this Eight of Cups about? What is this Eight of Cups about? Thank you. Options. All right, so Scorpio, a lot of you have way more options and opportunities and available paths than you might even think. Okay, to me, this does feel like the future is pretty damn bright. So we have the Seven of Cups. Now, yes, this is daydreaming, so I feel this is where the energy kind of does a split. And I saw this in another sign this week too, where it's like, all right, so a lot of Scorpios might vibe with this message, and others might vibe with another. There's something about a schism showing up within the reading itself. So you just take it for whatever it hits for you. For a portion of you, I mean, even fantasizing about getting away or into something fresh. Like for a lot of you, you might need a big shakeup when I see the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups, because this is a card of daydreaming, thinking, fantasizing. So underneath the Eight of Cups, like it might just be on your mind, like, oh, I wish I could just get out of here, or I wish I could do this. Like there's a certain fantasizing about it. The other message I'm picking up, though, this is options, opportunities, and paths. So I feel like the only one that could truly hold you back is yourself. Okay, and I know that might sound cliche, but that's the message I'm getting. When I have the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups, it's like all you got to do is put energy towards it, Scorpio. All you have to do is start moving. Just keep swimming. Just keep moving. Okay, so let's keep moving throughout the reading itself. Okay, so I mean, again, very nuanced, just like every Scorpio reading. Just know that the only one that could really get in the way of your progress is yourself. Okay. Let's see what's up with the Five of Swords. And of course, there's always going to be certain circumstances that are out of your hands, but I think you know what I mean. So let's see what that Five of Swords is about, because that's the only thing that's like really concerning me about this reading. That might be a warning. So let's see why the Five of Swords is here. Why is that Five of Swords here? Thank you. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is an individual you might have to watch out for, like on your path. And even if this is someone that you haven't quite even met just yet, I feel like this is someone, and you know how I just said the only one that could really get in your way is you. Don't let people derail you in this time, because when I see the Five of Swords with the Knight of Cups, one of our cards showing up in reverse, this could be a couple things. One, this might be an individual that is either jealous or bitter towards you or about you. But another vibe I'm getting, because remember, this guy's walking his path. He's going on a journey. This could be a very important warning about the people you allow in your circle. Now, listen, as part of the Scorpio Collective myself, I know we are very particular and choosy about the people we surround ourselves with. Stay vigilant, okay? Now, if there's anyone you're connected to right now that fits the mold of what we've been seeing here in the center, that's very aggressive, that they're cold and they seem heartless and they're very self-centered, avoid, beware of this individual, because they could throw you off your path. Okay, they might cause delays. They might not stop you completely, but you're going to have to take detours to get to where you're going if this individual has a say-so. So we're just going to keep moving. So just be discerning. This is an important warning about the people you surround yourself with. So just be very discerning about who you let in. I mean, and that's advice I would give to almost anybody, but it's showing up here prevalently within the reading itself. So let's keep the Four of Wands here. Let's say why that Four of Wands is in the mix. Because, like, yeah, here it's like, for Scorpio, it's like, all right, I'm my best interest. I want my best interest at heart. This person is like, no, my best interest is what matters. So watch out for people that will leech off of you as well. Like, that's another vibe I'm getting. There might be an unsavory person showing up here in this reading. So that's an important warning. Because like I feel like it's pulling things, pulling energy. And that brings us back to the beginning. Remember what I said? Watch who you're connecting your energy to, right? Because this feels a little leechy in the center. Let's go in on that Four of Wands. What is that Four of Wands here, please? Thank you. Good. Okay. So we do have the Three of Cups in the upright. For a lot of Scorpios, just know that there is something that you are wanting to do or to accomplish, that it is very much doable. I'm getting this energy of accomplishment. So whereas some of you might be going through a situation with this individual I'm seeing here in the center, and as I already said, this isn't something that's going to stop you. It's not like a dead stop, cold stop. To me, it's like, all right, well, it might delay my progress, or you might have to take a detour. Back here with the Four of Wands, Three of Cups, this is a beautiful winter victory that we're seeing at some point come in for you. So I feel like there is something that could be particularly on your mind that you can absolutely accomplish or get done. Now, aside from that, when I see the Four of Wands with the Three of Cups, the celebratory energy, just Know that you'll know when your guides, your spirit team, your ancestors, when they're happy with the progress you're making, because it will particularly come through as signs and omens. I feel like this is good. And for a lot of you, if you have been receiving a lot of signs and omens, they're not so much warnings as they are guidance to lead you in the right direction. I don't know why I'm giving it that message, but that's what showed up. But I like the end result. So you see what I'm saying here? Like this energy, it's moving forward. Just be very discerning about the people you surround yourself with, because you could just bypass this. You could bypass all this BS nonsense in the center and go right to the Four of Wands, Three of Cups. All right, so some of you might be at that crossroads. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, Scorpio, position number 1, we have the 8 of Cups with the 7 of Cups in the upright. So for a lot of Scorpios in this time, just know that you probably have more paths, options forward than you think you do. Don't feel like you don't have many options or paths, because there's an abundance of them here to get to wherever it is you're wanting to go. Because I know Scorpios are watching this for various different reasons. Aside from that, for a portion of you, man, maybe there's a situation or something you're fantasizing about, like moving on from or leaving behind. That could be very possible, or at least thoughts of it. Moving to the center, and like I said, this is where we could be at a crossroads. We have the 5 of Swords with the Knight of Cups in reverse. This could represent an individual that you really want to watch out for, because they might not have your best interest at heart when I see this. If this is somebody that hasn't come in yet, just be very discerning about the people you surround yourself with, because this feels very leechy right here in the center. Like this could be someone that is extremely draining. They're just looking out for their own well-being. That's just what I'm picking up here. Now, is this individual or this important warning in the center ever going to stop you from reaching your destinations? No. But it does feel like it will delay things. Onto the back, we have the 4 of Wands with the 3 of Cups. That beautiful win victory-based energy here is lovely. And just know, if your guides and spirit team are trying to talk to you, it's not to scold you. They're not sending you omens to scare you. To me, it's more so like, we're here with you and we're happy with the things that you're doing. Okay, so it's more like encouragement. But yeah, I feel like you could bypass this in the center. I don't know how. I don't know the particulars of your situation, but there could be a rough patch that you could just bypass it if you want, where it's like, okay, I'm not even going to deal with that or let that in. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got in the shadows for Scorpio gang, please? What is going on? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Okay. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What is in the shadows? Thank you. Pardon me. Okay, we do have the Hanged Man, and that is one of the cards that I do link to Scorpio. It's extremely analytical. Okay, so when I see this, especially with the flavor of reading we had this week, the Hanged Man is retracted, pulled back. It's not doing much. So again, could it be linking into this front end? Could this Hanged Man represent somebody that you need to analyze a little more and watch out for? Of course. I do believe that everything comes in seasons. Sometimes it's better to open ourselves up to other people and energies. Sometimes it's it's good to welcome people in and be kind and loving, of course. But then there's some times where you need to retract or pull your energy back. And when I see the Hanged Man showing up in the shadows, we might be moving into one of those seasons, Scorpio, where you just need to pull your energy back for whatever reason, or at the very least, keep your eye on something or someone when this Hanged Man shows up. So yeah, Scorpio, that's what I got for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar for the month of October at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the October subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments, hypothetically, if you had to get a tattoo of a tarot card, which one would you choose and why? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you again soon.